wrap up, I always like to ask a couple of questions of all the entrepreneurs we have. We have a lot of folks in college kids that are listening that want to be in your shoes someday. So in wrapping up, what advice would you give young entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I have made so many mistakes. If I would reflect on my humble entrepreneur journey, I even telling the team, think this is my second baby as an entrepreneur, but first time to really take the business through true growth phase and building an enterprise-focused SaaS business. But if I would think about perhaps the standout two learning aspects I would like to share with entrepreneurs, the budding entrepreneurs, would be number one, don't be shy about asking for help. I think this is a common advice often given to entrepreneurs these days, but I would emphasize on that. So what I mean by asking for help, it's not just about getting an entrepreneur mentor, right? Or building up a network with VCs, with fellow entrepreneurs to advise you, and reach out to your potential customer, ask for help. And that's a particular angle of how I really encourage the entrepreneur to think about, especially in early days. And don't be shy to reach out for help. You can learn so much from your prospective customers. Let be you're building a B2C product or a B2B product like Linc, especially in the B2B world. You can learn so much from your enterprise customers or prospects. And then also that a fantastic relationship gets you that early cohort of early adopters and then give you an opportunity to avoid making critical product mistakes and to help you to be more successful finding that product market fit quickly. So ask for help, especially seeking out for help from your prospective customers. And number two thing perhaps is empathy. Right. And this is really something that more recently I recognize how important that is. As an entrepreneur, we all know learning about leadership is actually really important. But I think the empathy quality is often underrated when we talk about what it takes to be a good leader. And here, when you think about empathy, not only empathy to your teammate, right, to the members on the team that reports to you, really understand how you can support them to be successful. But the empathy about the pain of your customers are having, truly invest, uncover that, and build a relationship and a rapport with your customer. You always come from the angle of customer centricity. And once you do that, you will see the magic. It's not only impacting your leadership style, the effectiveness of that leadership, it actually allows you to build a better product. I always felt I really only recently recognized the best product are the ones at the product level exhibit its empathy to the pain points of their customers. So I'll stop there. But that would be the two things I perhaps in reflection found is my humble learning potentially can be helpful for others. Jeff, I think I lost you on the sound.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Help if I took myself off mute. So I'll delete all of that out. So two things that I heard that was really interesting. Always ask for help or ask help of potential customers, which I've never heard before from any of the other startups I've interviewed, which I couldn't agree more with. If you're trying to solve a problem, there's a reason it's a problem. It's a problem for somebody that would like a solution. So I think that's interesting. And the second thing you said that is I really want to emphasize is the idea of empathy. And I'll just tell you a quick story and you'll laugh. I was sitting at a sort of a startup, showcase. And one of the very young entrepreneurs, very smart person, got up and initially made fun of retailers at how silly they were, that they really didn't understand their own business processes. And he was here to solve that, or I shouldn't say, that person was here to solve that problem. And I'm sitting with three CIOs, all my age, and you could see the steam coming out of their ears. Now, I think it was a silly, funny line that he thought was really fun to all the young 20-something engineers. But I'm telling you, I guarantee you, those three people I was sitting with would not do an ounce of business with that person for that one silly little throwaway line. But it just sounded so disrespectful. I think that was really spot on. In wrapping up, let me ask you one last question. What skills do you use now? Do you wish you would have paid more attention to back in your college days or the early part of your career?
Okay, awesome. question. Then I could think of so many, right? The leadership, et cetera, et cetera. But I would point out, if I put out one, I would say design thinking. Here's what I see. I think regardless you pursue a career in tech engineering or product design, or I would say design thinking is perhaps really important for all kinds of roles, because I think, right, and with design thinking, if as engineers, you can build a better product, more elegant technology. You can, again, develop a better understanding of the end user's need. And in business, with design thinking training or experiences, actually allows you to think about the whole journey of how your customer learn about your product, how they consume your product. This is not just a B2C product you directly sell to consumer. It's not just for B2B SaaS. For really any businesses, when you want to tackle go-to-market and growth, when you want to make sure you build a product that addresses to the needs, you ultimately need to think about the experiences that your again, prospective customer will have in learning about what you can do for them. So the design thinking is much more than just able to, draw out the things and flows of charts of a product design spec, but that mindset can transit into impact you making better decisions, gaining better insights, and have keen eyes on what you otherwise may miss throughout so many different functions, engineering, entrepreneurship, and beyond. So I would say that's perhaps a singular skill set that I would emphasize. I wish I could learn that. I don't think even when I was in school, this was such a thing, but I think there is now. And I do think it is still underemphasized. There should be more design thinking training for students in any subject area, really.
Well, that's probably a good place to put a pin in it. Thank you so much, Fang, today for all that thought. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
See ya. Thanks for tuning into today's episode. For more info, refer to the pod notes below. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps us grow. I'm your host, Jeff Roster, analyst at large. If you want to connect, follow us on Twitter at JeffPR or at BrianSathianathan, or connect with us on LinkedIn. Visit my website at roster.retail.com or Brian's at iterate.ai. Until next time, stay safe and have a great week.